All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, thanks for sharing it. Thanks for coming on back. Look, I appreciate you, all you do. I really do. Wherever you're getting the podcast from, Spotify, Apple, under a rock, wherever a podcast's available, that's where you're getting Cheaper Than Therapy. If you're watching on YouTube, I look like a piece of shit today. I don't even have a fancy shirt on with flamboyant colours and designs on it today. Just a boring charcoal shitty Target t-shirt on right now. But give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you like it. Me hair is held together with grease. Also check out my other podcast with my good buddy Corey Brooks, the Manxiety Show, also available where you get your podcast from. That one's a little bit edgier in it because we can kind of two lads just banging off each other, not in a gay way. Just, you know, going out there insulting people, and it's a little bit wild. Check it out over there. But also, why not come see me live? Come see me live in person. Touch me. Don't touch me, not allowed to touch me. Come up and see what it's like on this. Added just recently, just this week, I got added to Maguire's Comedy Club in September 17th. That's this week? That's this week. I'm at Maguire's in Bohemia, headlining. Come on out. Check out the hour I'll be running. Also, on September 22nd, Long Island, I am at the Paramount Theatre with Dimitri Martin. Famous lad, comic. Good. It's a good show. Come on out, see that one. I think there's, 3,000, 5,000 people in that theatre? I don't know. I'm not good at counting seats. The 14th of October, Utah, I will be in Provo at the Provo Theatre, and on getting ready for the 25th and 26th of November down in Florida, Madcap Comedy Club, New Smyrna Beach. I will be recording me hour special. Finally getting rid of the material that I love so much, but I'm so fucking bored of doing. Getting rid of it, giving it out there to the people. So yeah, welcome to the episode 176. That's what this episode is. Wow, we're moving along. I am exhausted. I'm tired. I don't know. It's a weird one, man, this week, right? It's a weird time. It's now Sunday, September 11th. I'm recording this. I usually record on Monday morning. Record, upload, out. I don't plan ahead, right? Usually Monday is my podcast day. But I got so much shit to do tomorrow that I said, you know what? I'm here now, home alone. It's quiet. Let me just come down and record a podcast. But I'm really on 3 hours sleep. I got back from Pittsburgh. I tell you, man, it's a weird. I don't know how I'm gonna. I haven't even planned on what I'm gonna talk about. But I know some of the things on here. I'm gonna try to be as sensitive as possible with some of the things we're going to talk about. It is September 11th today. And what I notice is there's no coverage of it. You know, it's weird. You have to go looking for it. Usually the social media is plastered with it, right? Never forget, all of that stuff. There's none of it there. Handful of people, pocket full of people who were affected deeply, right? It's just kind of, it seems to have just faded into the background now. Isn't it? It's just faded into the background. I flew in this morning from Pittsburgh, and, you know, there was no, I expected the security to be just a little bit tighter, the lines moving a little bit slower, just to make people feel, you know, even though they're not doing anything, what does security really do? When you go to the airport and you go through security, they're on what, $8 an hour? I don't know what they're on. Are they doing a fantastic job? They're not nice people. Most of the airports are not nice people anyway. I'm sure some of the ones you go through, they might be nice, but they're just angry people, angry at the world. They don't give a shit. Take off your flip-flops, take your iPad out of your fucking bag. They're just trying to move the line. You know, it's like they're cashiers at a supermarket. They just want to get the line done. They're not fucking poking and prodding and trying to take those extra precautions. They're not. And it was just, I was expecting that to be weird today. You know, I expected it to be everyone in the airport to be somber, if that's the word I'm looking for. Somber. That's not a dance in Brazil, is it? Well, that's samba. Yeah. So it's, you know, just to see, I was expecting everybody to be sitting there on edge, and everybody's just on the phone taking selfies. I saw one man at the airport this morning taking his phone out and trying to secretly videotape a Jewish couple that got off the plane. Hasidic Jews they were. And the guy looked like a goblin, I will be honest with you. He was very short. I think he was like a little person, a midget, whatever. I don't know the politically correct term. I am exhausted. I'm on 2 hours sleep, and he was a midget Hasidic Jew, and I'd never seen one before. And he had a wife right with him, and he was in the gear with the hat and the curls and the scarf thing around your waist, and then she had the wig on, and she as attractive lady. Right, and then this guy took his phone out and he's videotaping them because I guess it was funny to him, and I think that's creepy to secretly videotape people. I think it's scummy. So I just looked at him right in the face, like I knew what was going on. He didn't care. He looked at me like, oh yeah, that's what I do. I videotape people. It's weird, man. It was weird. There was you wouldn't know that today was the day when 5,000 plus people, I think, lost their lives. Very weird day flying. And then of course I'm on the plane right today, and I'm gonna go back and tell you about Pittsburgh and before I got there, and that was a fucking shit show by itself. But I'm getting there. I'm lining up to get on the plane, and up walks these guys, right? These geezers. Fuck me, man. They're dressed like they wanted to be. It's like if Oasis fucked the Rolling Stones and these 4 people were born, and they were a band, right? You could tell they were a band because but it was miserably raining in Pittsburgh, miserably raining here in New York. So why you doing with the big sunglasses and the bucket hats? And you're flying Southwest, mate. So stop pretending like you're fucking bigger and you're glamorous. And they get on, yeah, man, what? Yeah, with a like, I thought English people were, like, they were very loud. When people talk about Americans are like, oh, they're so fucking loud and obnoxious. No, English are way louder than Americans. Way loud. I was like, they were so loud. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be mourning? Didn't the Queen die? Right? God rest her soul. Old lady's gone. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be the typical Irish guy that shits all over the Queen. It's not what I'm going to do, right? We have our history with England. But you gotta move on past that, right? You gotta move on, pick up the pieces and move on, right? I know my dad would be kind of turning his grave to hear me talk about this. My dad probably right now want me to go, that's it, son, get on that podcast. I don't know what a podcast is. You've always been a failure to me. All you've achieved in life is just telling dick jokes on a stage, and now you're talking into a computer where not that many people listen to you. But yeah, while you're on that platform, you should be definitely shitting all over the Queen, son. That's what he would say. But I'm not going to mock the lady. An old woman died despite what her job was, despite what her title was, despite the history between Irish people and English people. A lady died, right? 94 years of age. Good luck to her, right? I mean, I hope I don't live to be that long, I don't know who they're going to put on the stamp. Elizabeth II is dead. Elizabeth II died. But they were so loud. I was like, aren't you supposed to be mourning 10 days or something? Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest, right? You know the way, like, over here in America, like there's just two sides politics. I very rarely meet people like myself who are right down the middle, who literally don't give a fuck. Few of them out there, but like if big if now, I don't want algorithms to pick this up. If for some reason a president died, right, and you're like, oh, I really hated this guy. Everything he stood for was terrible. Blech. He stole documents, or he can't fucking string a sentence together, whichever one you're fighting against, right? If he was the president, and then if he died, and if you got 10 days off, you'd be a bit, all right, I'm glad someone voted for him, right? You would, wouldn't you? You'd kind of let all the beliefs go. You would. If you got 10 days of mourning where you didn't have to go to work for 10 days, fully paid, free ride, 10 days, lads. That's 2 weeks off from work. You'd be kind of like, all right, I'm glad this guy was president, right? I don't care if he fucked up the economy. I don't care about that. I don't care if he started a war with other countries. We got 10 days off. You'd be happy, wouldn't you? So, anyway, Elizabeth II, God rest your soul. Now we have, what's his name? Charles III. Charles III. He's coming in now. He's the king. It's weird to say they have a king. That doesn't matter anymore, right? Well, you don't do nothing. You're just a weird man with big ears. You don't control anything. It's not Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? It's not. Let's say, although I would love a Joffrey to kind of rule England. Like, that would be fucking great, wouldn't it? Like someone that, like a lot of people know. I started rewatching Game of Thrones, which is terrible to watch during the day. I leave it on during the day when I'm working, typing and shit, writing and emails to clubs and stuff, social media, all that things, doing comedic jobs, and I leave it on the background. But wherever my television is located, so most of the day the sun is shining on the television, so you can't see the television. It's just one big glare on. So and Game of Thrones is all in the dark mostly, right? They're all up at the night watch. They're all up north, king of the north, right? And you're just sitting there and you're just looking at yourself. It's like you're on the show. That's what it looks like. It looks like all of a sudden Game of Thrones. Like I look good on Game of Thrones. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, so yeah, wouldn't you love Joffrey to be running England right now? It'd be great. So yeah, 10 days off. Good luck to England. Enjoy that. We would have loved that over here in America. Ireland didn't take it off though. Ireland, but it's funny, like all the jokes that are going around though since she died. It's it's one person called me. I reposted, so, and the joke I posted wasn't my joke. I didn't type it out. It was a repost of Borat pretending to be a king, and the joke wasn't about the Queen. It was about the new king. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing about when people are sensitive about jokes and they don't realise what you're saying. And all it was Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen going, I am the king now. I am king of the castle, king of the castle. Do this, do this, do this, do this. And one guy wrote, you insensitive cunt. Which I love because this is my favourite word. It is definitely my favourite word. We all know that if you know Mick Thomas on a personal level. It's my favourite word. I use it all day long. All day, every day. Favourite word. But yeah, anyway, so R.I.P. Elizabeth too. Sad. An old lady died. She's still a person at the end of the day, despite what she did. Despite the history she has with other countries and, things that people say like, well, she was involved in Diana's death and all that stuff. Like, she got under the car and cut the brakes herself. You know what I mean? You just can't keep everybody happy, and most people are fucking morons. But anyway, so there's been... That was me flying the English group on the plane, and I was like, you're flying Southwest, mate. Stop acting like, and you're going to Islip in Long Island. Can you stop acting like you're fucking, I don't know what a popular band is nowadays. I don't. What's the band all the kids are listening to now? Bon Jovi, little Marmalade, Little Gravy. Is that how you pick up a name now? You just point at something in the house and put a little in front of it. You're fine. Little H2O, copyright that. Little Water. It's fucking weird. Spin the wheel. Little Poker. It's actually a cool one. I don't know. Bon Jovi. Is that what the kids are listening to? That's what the kids are getting down to. Groovy, man. And so relax. But let me take you back. Right. So anyway, I do kind of find it weird that nobody is talking about September 11th. But for me, September 11th, it's like there's a documentary that watches every year, and I always watch it. And the documentary is about this story being told, the same story being told from two perspectives. And it's about a guy who was trapped under a table when the plane hit the building, one of the towers. And then he was rescued by a guy who punched through the wall, through the drywall. And then it cuts to two guys telling the same story from different angles. Like, I was trapped under a building, so I was trapped under my desk and I couldn't lift it. My legs were broken. So I started banging on the wall. Guy number two, I was running down the stairs, I heard a banging on the wall. Right, I'm on the ground, I look up, and all of a sudden this hand of God came through the wall, and it was an angel there. And he goes, yeah, I just heard a bang, so I punched through the drywall. I looked down, there was a man trapped. I put my hand out, I said, take my hand, I'll take you out of here. This man lifts me up from the rubble, and he put me up on his shoulders, and he carried me all the way down the stairs. Like, yeah, my ankle was broke myself, but I was able, I don't know where I got the strength from, but I was able to carry this man all the way down the stairs. We left the building. As we left the building, the whole building collapsed on right behind us. He's like, yeah, as he carries me out, the building came right down. I could see the building come down behind me. And he goes, every day I call that guy up and I say, you're my brother, you're my savior, God sent you to save me, thank you, I'm forever grateful for you. And he goes, every Saturday without fail, I send him a gift basket. I have since the day it happened. I still will do it to the end of time. And then cuts the other guy, he's like, yeah, he calls me every day, and he sends me a gift basket every week. And that's my favourite documentary. But all I was thinking is, when I was watching this documentary, there's got to be a time where the guy just looks at his phone and goes, not this fucking guy again. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I do that when my mother calls, and I speak to her once a month. And when my mother calls, I go, oh, fuck, here we go. All right. Do I answer it now or do I put it off till later? Like, will I just take the call now and find out what Tony Rossiter did next door? You never guess what he's after doing now. You know what I mean? Will I just get it out the way? So imagine someone's calling you every day to tell you that. You know what I mean? Like some people do that. Some people call family members every day. You just gotta go, oh, fuck this. No. And I guarantee you his house is just full of moldy muffin baskets. Like, he hasn't seen his dog since that tragedy. Like, the dog is just I can't find my dog in here anywhere. There's fucking moldy muffin baskets and fruit. Rotten flies are everywhere. This is just ridiculous. I can't fucking move in here for baskets. You know what I mean? And it's just weird because you can't, like, when people, like, some people call each other every day. I don't know how you do. How do you do that? How do you do that? I'll get a phone call, be like, you'll never guess what happened today. Tell me what happened. Well, I went to Starbucks. Really? Yeah, as always, as you do every day. Yeah. And the girl gave me my drink and a muffin. I said I didn't order a muffin. But then she goes, oh, you didn't order a muffin? You know what? You keep it anyway. I was in a bank robbery this morning. I didn't even tell you. You know what I mean? I remember I was in a bank robbery. Someone came in, gave a note to the teller, took the money, ran out. We all fucking had to stand there and give witnesses. I came home. I didn't want to tell that story because then you got to talk about it. You know, weird people just would love to fucking talk. People love to talk. It's just a weird time. It's a weird moment right now, you know. But let me take you back from when I came down, when I flew to Pittsburgh, because I had a connecting flight. I flew from New York, Long Island, 10 minutes from my house, right? New York to Pittsburgh on Thursday. I had a show at the Improv. Improv, shout out to you. Shout out to all who came out to the Improv. Shout out to everyone who came out to both shows at the Irish Comedy Festival. You guys were fucking magic. You made me feel welcome. Had a great time. The shows were great. Thank you so much. So, flight 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to fly straight to Baltimore, hop on another plane, a 45-minute layover, bada boom, bada bing. I'll be in Pittsburgh by 9:30 in the morning. In me hotel by 10, have a wank and a shower, maybe go to the gym. Get on the plane at 6 o'clock. I'm sitting there right now. Here's the thing. Now, this is where it's going to sound insensitive, but I'm only basing this on a perception and the knowledge that I've been given from other people in this person's position. So let me tell you the horrible part. 6 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting there for an hour and a half and the plane won't take off. Well, we're waiting for a mechanic and all that stuff, right? Then we had to get off the plane, not working, so we had to get the 8:20 flight to Baltimore. Before all that happens, before we're getting off the plane, there's this guy up front. He's not old, he's not middle-aged. I don't know what that time period in between is, between middle-aged and old. I don't know what that is. Is he in the autumn of his life? More autumn of his life than his winter. Big fat guy. Hair slicked back. Just a typical, like, Long Island cunt, right? He was just really Long Islandy. Everything bothered him. Like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Right? You gotta be fucking kidding. So he's a few seats up ahead of me. I get up, right? And he takes his bags down and all this kind of stuff. Right, as I'm standing there, he takes the bags in from over my head. And I see a cane in there. Now, I didn't see him. He only stood up. I didn't see him walk. And I go, all right, mate, is that your cane, sir? I'll get it for you. Does it fucking look like I need a cane? I go, I don't know. Do you? So he looks at me, and then he gets up, right, and he just power walks up the gangway. And as he's walking up the gangway, he's like, fucking suffocate, from Nassau County, obviously, but typical Long Island trash. You know, when I say Long Island trash, you know who I'm talking about, Long Island. And he walks up the gangway, and he's like, fucking, this is what happens when you come out to Suffolk County, this is bullshit. He goes, I wouldn't fuck, and then he gets into the girl's face, who has to scan our tickets to get off the plane. He goes, this wouldn't fucking happen if you didn't have a Toys R Us style plane. And I was like, and I said it loud enough for him to hear me. He go, well, you booked the ticket, mate. Because I felt bad for these people who are on $6 an hour, who do not have any knowledge on how the plane works. And you're going to fucking yell at this woman who's basically a fucking waitress in the sky. So here's what got me, right? So then he's in front of me. So we're all at the counter getting our tickets changed over because, hey, look at, well, we all connecting flights. Now, I was lucky I got off the plane fast enough because the line built up. And he walks up to this guy and he goes, watch this. He goes, they're going to fucking take care of me because of this. And he held up a ring. It was a big ring. And it's the ring you get if you were a Navy SEAL. Now, everybody thinks the Navy SEALs are the coolest fucking men on the planet. Toughest military around the world. There's no military that can match it. Maybe James Bond. Right? Maybe John J. Rambo. But apart from James Bond, John J. Rambo, John Wick, and Liam Neeson. Fuck, that's a good list, right? John Wick, Liam Neeson, Rambo, and James Bond. After those guys, Navy SEALs. So he has the ring, and he's up, and he goes up front, and he goes, they're going to fucking promote me now just because of this. I was like, sat there going, huh. And then there's a guy, he was talking to a guy, he was showing off to a guy, you know, and he giving this guy this guy who was lapping it up. He's like, you know what? Yeah, this generation, they don't understand what you did, and, you know, thank you for your service. And then he was like, talking to the girl, he's like, yeah, I would have fucking taken a bullet for anybody here. That's the type of guy I am. And he walked off. Now, maybe he was, right? Maybe he was a legit SEAL. I'm really not accusing him of not being a SEAL. You know, those guys who pretend to be military, but they're not. But I met one SEAL once, and I've met 15 people in the military, 10 of them who have actively served, and they all served. They're all heroes, I believe. I've said this before. If you sign the paper to be in the military, you could be sent anywhere. You could be sent anywhere, so you are a hero. One of my friends happened to be stationed in Korea where nothing was happening. His only tragedy that he faced was it was illegal to get porn in Korea, so he had no porn for the 13 months he was stationed in Korea. So, and he would go to PTSD meetings with guys with hooks for hands and stuff, and he'd be like, yeah, and I couldn't watch porn. I had to use my fucking imagination. So I know exactly what you're going through, guy in a wheelchair with plastic legs. But I have just a huge respect for the military. But anyway, all these guys, and of course, a part of you always think, like, you know, because I'm an arrogant fuck. I'm like, I probably could have been a SEAL. I work out a lot. I could have been a SEAL. There's a lot of guys like that, right? So, but from the one SEAL I know, the 15 people that served, 10 of them saw legit action, right? What I've noticed about these guys, they keep it to themselves. They don't talk about it, they don't brag about it, and they certainly don't throw their weight around about what they did, who they are, why they should get what they're getting. Now again, this guy could be a SEAL, 100% he could be. He may have very well may have been. Or he could have been a Long Island cunt that just took advantage of a fucking ring that maybe was left to him by his brother. Maybe, I wouldn't say his father gave it to him because he was too old, so I don't know if the SEALs existed then. I'd have to fact check me on that one. Did he buy it on eBay? I don't know. But it didn't add up to me. It did not add up because it just didn't follow the behavior of the SEAls. That number one, I've seen interview and heard them talk about it. And it just felt weird to me. And he was just throwing his weight around everywhere you went, you know. And then when we're getting on the second plane, he's sitting there and he's just complaining about everybody that's getting on the plane. He's like, oh, fucking, can you hurry up and sit down? I gotta be... Like, I don't know, man. It got a weird vibe, but this is the part that disturbed me most of all. It was not him. Fuck it. Listen, I'm a very patient person, right? I believe, and this is all jokes aside now, I'm going to be honest for you a moment. So I get to Baltimore. I missed my connecting flight, which is fine. My next flight was 1 o'clock. I kept getting delays up till 7 o'clock. I'm supposed to be on stage at 8 o'clock at the Improv in Pittsburgh. I still don't panic, right? And what gets me through these moments of non-panicking is gratitude. I sit there and I think about things I'm grateful for. If I don't make the show, I don't make there's 2 other comics there that can definitely carry the weight. Dave Nihill, Adam Burke, 2 funny guys. Mick Thomas was a bonus on there for you. So I'm sitting there, I've practiced gratitude, and that gets me through any stressful situation. I'm like, well, I'm glad, right? Because what I get to see, I talked to some old guy who is a CEO of Toys R Us. I got to talk to the CEO of Toys R Us. So it's 7 o'clock, the plane was supposed to board at 6:50, 7 o'clock, they still haven't boarded the plane yet. I'm like, I don't know, I'm calling the club, listen, put these 2 guys up first. I was supposed to go second on the lineup. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I had a ride waiting for me. Second I come off the plane, I carry 1 bag. I don't check in. Van, club is half an hour. Well, the show will go on. Mick Thomas will make the Improv. So I'm standing there, and then I see him walking down, is a fully decorated soldier. Decorated. Like, now he wasn't in his uniform. You know, the fucking handsome, that when they walk into a room, it just fucking like a light shines on him. Like, just hero posture and fucking just nobility and like there's a flag blown, but you just, like, it's like a flag blown behind him. Like, just fucking him. He's America. This black guy walking, he's fucking America, this guy is, right? And so apparently there is, I've never seen this before, I've seen him online and stuff like that, I've seen him online, but apparently he was escorting a fallen soldier back to Pittsburgh to his family. So I'm sitting there like, why would I complain about being delayed when this young guy is going home to his family? 24-year-old kid, it's all he was, 24, just a baby. So they don't let anybody board the plane, they do a little service while they bring him onto the plane. And then when we land, right, we get on the plane, we land, and then we can't get off the plane. Like, the plane lands, I'm getting text messages from the driver, hey, can you come in? So we're in Pittsburgh, and I can't get off the plane. I'm sitting right, literally up front, so I can click, fucking run. So I get there, and now the family is on the runway, and everyone's, you know, if you want to put your hand on your heart to say, which is very nice. Southwest handled it very well. And we can't get off the plane until they take the young gentleman into the hearse and drive off. And they had I think they had 10 military guys in uniform there too, you know, the salute, everything. His family were there. Very, very sad. Very, it was sad to see, sad to look at, to see family members, you know, taking a 24-year-old kid home. But, I was like, do these lads not deserve more respect than fucking Southwest? I was literally blown away by that. And I'm not being insensitive, I promise you right now. And I'm not looking for the joke in this situation. I promise you I'm not. This is how I think. I was like, do these guys not deserve more than... Like, is there no special branch of the military? Because hopefully there's not that many fallen soldiers that go home every day. Is there not a special plane that you can take these guys home to their families with dignity instead of fucking just throwing them onto Southwest, putting them in the bottom of the plane with someone's fucking golf clubs, when people, fat fucks, are up above just complaining about how the flights are delayed, you know, getting their alcohol, the Wi-Fi's fucking shit on this plane. Do they not deserve more than that? It was weird, man. It was really weird. I mean, that's a terrible thing to imagine, and especially Southwest, so they lose luggage all the time. That's a weird one to go home to. Could you describe the luggage to me? You know what I mean? It was you know, it was kind of eye opening. It really was. It was eye opening, and it was humbling, and it's moments like that I'm glad I practice gratitude. Like, and that's what I was calm the whole day. I wasn't annoyed. I was tired. I had nothing to do. You know what I did do, because I was there for that long? I did get an Uber to an LA Fitness, showered in there, worked out, showered, got an Uber back to the airport. Cost me $50 round trip, but it's fine. But like, I legit wasn't stressed, and I'm so thankful for it, because in that moment I didn't know that this was going to happen. I got a chance to witness this gentleman coming home. It was an honor to be part of that, and it was an honor for this kid to come home, you know, and to be present with that. And I was just so glad that I wasn't complaining, you know, just complaining, and then all of a sudden I would have seen that and I would have been embarrassed. So I was glad I kept my composure all day long, and I'm glad I didn't let that bother me, and things put it in perspective. So if you find shit that goes bad for you, if things aren't going your way, just try a bit of gratitude, you know. And especially today that's in it, I'm recording this on September 11th. This episode is going to be released on September 12th. You know, just it helps to know that people out there who have gone through a lot worse than you are, probably, you know. And that's it. I thought I would have made this episode a little funnier. I'm sorry, but it's a weird time, and it's a weird time right now. But thanks for liking, thanks for listening or watching if you did. I appreciate that. Go see me live, I suppose. Follow me on the social media, Mick Thomas Comedy, Instagram and TikTok. All right, and as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.